Do you ever hide your candle under a bushel? Do you even know what that means? Hey there, Daniel Hartman, Community Machinery, Sackville, New Brunswick. It's funny I thought of that term specifically in terms of as this biblical reference where I don't spend a whole lot of time getting wisdom out of the Bible, but I feel like it's one of those quirky sayings where sometimes we have this gift, or we have this ability, or we have this wisdom to share, and we can just hide it instead of taking the risk of there's that perception. Oh, if I take this thing off the candle, it's gonna blow out. And that's how it feels to me. I could be, it doesn't really matter what the meaning of that saying is, but it's more the wisdom we draw from it. So anyhow, earlier today, I had this package arrive with these books. They got mailed to me from Ontario. I found them on Kijiji. When I was at the Slow Tool conference at Stone Barns, this cool engineer, Barry Griffin, we were talking about how to design stuff. He's a professional engineer, and I always look up to engineers in terms of, there's a range in terms of, there's engineers who really have applied themselves and can create amazing stuff, which is in the realm like where I see Barry. And there's some that, their parents wanted them to go to school to become an engineer, and it's a means of doing other things outside of work. And anyhow, there's room for all that in this world. Yeah, anyhow, I got these really cool books, and for a minute I was like, oh, do I post this on Instagram? And if you want to know more about Barry and what he's up to, you'll find a link to him on my on the Community Machinery Instagram. It's not my Instagram, it's Community Machinery Instagram. Anyhow, so you can find Barry and his biodiversity project there. He's got some really cool stuff. He's created maker labs with places like Harvard. Anyhow, interesting guy. So when these books arrived, oh, I'm gonna keep this wisdom secret. And if everyone knows about these books, they'll come up with all the good ideas before I do. There's a limited amount of good ideas in this world, and there's no space for me. And man, like, who is it that teaches us ideas like this growing up? How do we bring them into conscious realization so that instead of falling into them, that we can watch them, we can feel the discomfort from those thoughts, but then we can also get in touch with that part of ourselves that was taught that so many years ago, hold that part by the hand, say, hey, is that really how it is? And just get curious. No blaming, no shaming, no judgment. And just get curious where those thoughts started. And they started long ago with ancestors way before us, and now they're here in our time, and they got carried along so far. Is our biggest calling to really leave things better than we found them for the next generation. So, what more can I say as far as to help a little bit of philosophy for the day? Being a practitioner of expansive thinking, of abundance. Reminds me, there's a book, Peter Diamandis, Abundance. Interesting book. I think I listened to it on audio. I know I got some really good tips there on different things. And Peter Diamandis, interesting guy, because I think was he involved with the X Prize, and also controversial in terms of maybe if he's a guy who gets Googled, it might be something that comes up about tax evasion or something interesting in terms of how we are on this spectrum of things we've really excelled at and things that, whether someone does evade tax or not, where we might not fit into the system in this world, and that there's, when we go past just being skin deep, there's so many things. If we look at our own shadow, our own feelings of limitation, that it's a great place to empathize with others and not and to stop holding judgment, to really to recognize forgiveness is the way. Forgiveness is essentially a judgment to let go of all our previous judgments that keep us separate from others. Because who comes into this life thinking, oh, I'd really like to feel separate and apart and alone and like the world is being done to me instead of something that is being experienced through me. Whoever taught me that stuff? I mean, who taught any of us that stuff growing up? I mean, the few, we might be lucky to get some people in our lives that share some of that really cool insight. And anyhow, now that I got these books, not only can you know about ingenious mechanisms for designers and inventors, I'm sure you can find your own set. If you're around town, feel free. You can come by and I'll let you have a little, you just got to clean the fried chicken off your hands or whatever. It's my one condition. No ripping the pages out. Yeah, I don't know what else can be said. Anyhow, if you got something out of this video, please like, please subscribe. Still doing a subscribership drive, and you know, after 100, wanting to go for 1,000. And you can hit the bell thing for it to be notified, new videos and whatever else. Comment in the description below the description. Anyhow, yeah, just have a great day. That's the main thing. Have a great day. Thanks so much.